We all need to get ready for the challenges ahead because the combination of trouble in financial markets, an economic downturn, and supply chain shortages are going to cause us more than just a headache in the near future. The ongoing recession may be the beginning of something much bigger that can change life as we know it. However, it's also been a challenge to get by month, with the price of everyday essentials shooting up due to persistent inflation. Surviving in today's world can be tough, as explained by prepper and collaborator AskAPrepper.com, Katherine Paterson. But knowing which items will likely increase in price allow us to make more informed decisions and choose what to prioritize and where we can save some money. Being prepared is about planning in advance, budgeting, and anticipating our future needs. That's why, in today's video, we've listed several products that will be crucial for your survival now and later on that are about to face significant price hikes over the next few weeks and months. So, take notes, be on the lookout for sales, and stock up when possible. But before checking this list, we kindly ask for your support with a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our upcoming lists. Without further ado, here are 20 prepping items that will skyrocket in price this year. 1. Cereals. You must know by now that cereal-based foods like oats, rice, wheat, and corn are in short supply globally. The combination of extreme weather events that has devastated crops in California and in many other parts of the world, including India and Pakistan, as well as the ripple effects of the Ukraine crisis, which led to sanctions on Russian exports and a collapse in production in Ukraine, have resulted in shortages of these basic staples that are so important for preppers and non-preppers. Cereals are rich in fiber, protein, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, and a diet rich in cereals helps our bodies to stay in balance and our metabolism to have a better performance. They also have a long shelf life if you store them properly, so they're perfect to stockpile for the long run. However, demand is staying strong while supplies continue to shrink, so we're already seeing some disturbing price fluctuations right now, and they're likely to intensify as inventories get smaller in the coming months. So, if you're running low, take the chance to replenish your pantry before prices go even higher, because they will remain like that for quite some time. 2. Canned foods. The global industry is facing a severe shortage of raw materials. Amongst them, aluminum has been particularly hard hit by supply and demand imbalances. That is affecting many food makers, which are having to pay higher costs for aluminum cans in this tight environment. Canned foods are very practical, easy to store, and a perfect alternative for those who are planning for the long term, but don't expect them to be any cheaper than they are right now. With production failing to keep pace with the needs of the industry, the cost of all canned foods and beverages is likely to increase even more than it already did last year. 3. Tactical gear. Emergencies can happen at any moment, and climate change is making some of them occur more frequently than ever before. If a cyber attack or the escalation of a global conflict disrupts our supply chains, consumers will rush to the stores to grab as many backpacks, flashlights, and first aid kits as they can. Demand for these goods is already high right now, and prices will only go up from here. Don't wait until the chaos begins to go out and buy them. Make sure you have a reliable supply of tactical gear to be prepared for any situation. 4. Fuel. It's time to consider stockpiling fuels if you have a safe place to store them. Refining capacity today is not the same as it was in 2019. Not only many plants have been permanently shut down, but dozens of others are going to close for maintenance in the next few months, meaning that diesel and gasoline will likely remain scarce for the rest of the year, according to the head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy, Patrick DeHaan. A national average of $5 for a gallon of gas will become the new normal in 2023. 5. Alternative transportation. Due to the surging cost of fossil fuels, more and more consumers are turning to different types of transportation, such as bicycles, electric scooters, and electric cars. The more popular these vehicles become, the higher their prices get. So, if you're interested in buying an alternative method of transportation, start checking out some prices and doing research to see what you can afford and what would be the best choice for you. 6. Water filtration systems. You do realize that some parts of the country are experiencing a water shortage, right? In the summer, conditions are going to get even worse, and water filtration system costs are expected to soar. Stocking up on bottled water can be helpful, but a high-quality filtration system can save you during many adverse situations or when supplies are scarce. Clean water is essential for survival. Never forget about that when prepping. 7. Personal protective equipment. The pandemic and the recent discussion about the utilization of bioweapons in global conflicts highlight the importance of always having personal protective equipment on hand. With more and more shoppers becoming aware of such potential risks, prices are increasing fast. Invest in a good supply of masks, gloves, and hand sanitizers, as well as iodine tablets, to make sure you'll be able to protect yourself and your family when the next crisis strikes. 8. Solar panels. Solar energy is gaining a lot of attention in recent years, and as demand for renewable energy sources continues to rise, so do prices. Investing in solar panels today can save you a lot of money on energy bills in the future and make you less reliant on the electric power grid, especially now that massive outages are happening all the time. 9. Alternative energy sources. Other renewable energy sources such as wind turbines are also in high demand, given that traditional power plants are failing more frequently and affecting extensive areas of the country. Cyber attacks are also a threat to our electric grid, and in some situations, having a steady supply of energy can be life-saving. So, if that's something you're planning to purchase, seize the opportunity to do so before prices skyrocket. 10. Batteries. Batteries are crucial for any preparedness kit, and they will be one of the first things to fly off the shelves whenever a disaster hits or a major crisis begins. Higher demand for electronic devices is driving up the price of batteries. Next time you go shopping, get a few extra batteries to add to your stockpile, or invest in rechargeable batteries to reduce your dependence on disposable ones. 11. Medicines. This winter, we've seen a flood of headlines talking about some critical medicine shortages, which have included ibuprofen, Tylenol, amoxicillin, and other antibiotics. We all know that the cost of healthcare is constantly rising, and this time it's no different. With shortages expected to persist, medications will probably get even more expensive soon. It's important to have a sufficient supply of necessary medications for emergencies, so try to get the prescriptions you need and purchase what you can before prices become unaffordable. 12. Outdoor equipment. Nowadays, more and more Americans are turning to outdoor activities for recreation, and that trend is going to pick up speed in the summer months, elevating the costs of outdoor equipment such as tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, and more. Take the opportunity to buy the gear you need to survive in the wild, because supplies will be shorter later on. 13. Tools. Whether for home and car repairs or outdoor activities such as hunting, fishing, or hiking, the cost of tools is expected to rise in 2023. But it's wiser to invest in high-quality tools that'll last rather than buy cheap disposable ones. If you can find multi-purpose tools that fit your budget, hey, that's even better. 14. Building materials. With builders feeling the pressure to ramp up construction activity amid the ongoing housing crisis, the demand for building materials such as lumber, concrete, and steel is pushing prices up by double digits. Ensure you have the building materials you need before more painful price increases hit the stores in the months ahead. 15. Pet supplies. Taking better care of our animals is certainly a good trend that's likely to stay with us from now on. But since the pandemic broke out, we're seeing empty shelves where pet supplies are supposed to be, and these shortages aren't getting any better. It goes without saying that everything pet-related is getting extremely expensive. So to be safe and prepared, don't forget to include pet supplies in your stockpile to ensure the needs of your furry friends. 16. Self-defense tools. The cost of self-defense tools is going up very rapidly, and as our cities become more and more dangerous and people search for ways to be safer, we will continue to see prices jumping in the foreseeable future. Preppers and non-preppers alike need self-defense tools to protect themselves from human and animal predators. Personal protection is crucial in any type of emergency, so make sure you consider that the next time you go shopping. 17. Clothing and textiles. A global shortage of cotton, driven by floods and storms in major producing countries, is pushing the cost of clothing and textiles to levels not seen in decades. On top of that, manufacturing and transportation costs are also on the rise, and we're about to see the result of all of that in price tags over the next couple of months. When you're prepping, it's important to invest in high-quality clothing and textiles that will last a long time, rather than buying cheaper items that wear out quickly. 18. Technology. The cost of tech is going up, and products like smartphones, laptops, and other electronic devices will see a steep rise in prices in 2023 due to the ongoing semiconductor shortage and higher labor and production costs. If technology is essential to you, purchase high-quality products that you'll be able to use for many years so you can save money in the future. 19. Home security systems. The rate of delinquencies is rising at an alarming pace all across America, and this is leading demand for home security systems to levels never before seen. Of course, prices are going up just as fast, and this is becoming a necessity for millions of families as conditions in our cities deteriorate. Staying safe should always be a priority, so make sure you choose a reliable home security system to protect yourself and your family. 20. Gold and silver. During turbulent times like these, when people realize what's at stake and how big the risks really are, they usually start to panic, and from one day to the other, a major event such as a brutal stock market sell-off, a housing crash, or even the emergence of a new pandemic or the occurrence of a natural catastrophe can lead hordes of people to run for the exits, look for safe havens, and take their money out of the system as fast as they can. Gold and silver are a very traditional form of wealth protection, one that our society always comes back to during economic uncertainty. And it's safe to say that when things get tougher, everyone will have the same idea, and these precious metals will likely skyrocket in price. If you buy now, before the frenzy begins, you may even experience significant wealth gains in the future, when everyone will be desperate to have some. That's why it's so important to invest in a way to keep your savings safe. And you should start thinking about that not tomorrow, not next week, but today, because as we've exposed in previous videos, banking institutions are ready to seize all your money in the next downturn. Getting ready before the worst happens will allow you to be safe from all the craziness that may ensue out there when the dominoes start to fall. We hope this list today and others we've given to you in the past have been helpful to you. You're very welcome to share your prepping insights in the comments section down below. Our society will certainly need all the help it can get after the chaos starts to take over our streets. A day of reckoning is at the door, and the collapse will be brutal.